Alrighty, we're back today with some Zomboid. We pop the Discord message and away we go. So we just finished KOTOR 1 specifically, and that game is a lot of fun. You really see all of the we'll say lineage of Mass Effect just spawned through KOTOR. Like with all of the D&D games that BioWare had done, that's where you get Dragon Age. With all of with Star Wars, that's how you get Mass Effect. I mean, it makes sense. Like it's a direct line right into it. But yeah, I think that KOTOR 1 isn't particularly nuanced, but it does have, like, the companions are fun. Oh yeah, we never got the second part to Griff's story, which is fine. I don't think we fully finished Jolie's stuff. It doesn't really matter. We were like 90% done with it, and the game, I was ready to finish it up. Let's also get started back at it. You can read the back of retail VHS tapes for a quick plot synopsis before you watch them. That's such a 1992 tip. I kind of love that. The town of West Point, Kentucky was founded by the pioneer James Young and officially established in 1796. Ah, yes, pioneers. Frying pan? Oh yeah, this place. Yeah, it had been a minute. Man, all sorts of bulletproof armor. I mean, I'll grab pretty much all of these if I can. Mother's boy. Is there anything else that I need to do here? Ethereal Sapphire, good to see ya. Hello there. I hope that you're not too beat up about missing KOTOR, or at least the end of it. I had a pretty good time with it, but as all good things must, it came to an end. KOTOR 2 tomorrow, though, as the title says. I'm quite excited. Oh, wow. They have all sorts of stuff in here. Where's my car? Further up the road, I think. But yeah, I'm excited to get some KOTOR 2 in. There's always the sequel. It's true. There's always the sequel. Bo, how's it going? Good to see you again. We're back with the Zomboid, as always. Everybody's least favorite game to watch, but how's it going, Mitch, my awesome friend? Things are going well. Love a Zomboid, big Zomboid me. It's a great yapping game. That's what I really like about it. I love being able to be like, you know, I don't need to have anything to talk about in particular. I like just being able to do a little yapping. We do yappa True, true. I'm sorry, Bo. You're gonna hate that we're going right back into the CRPG mines. Hi, Knife. Good to see you. Thank you for popping in. What, do I have everything that I need on me? Yes, okay. But yeah, sorry, we are going right back into the CRPG mines, but we may take a little Tomodachi stop off for a minute. Gotta use this capture card. My dad keeps asking me about it. Don't worry, we will use it with the we will take advantage of getting it. It's like 90 Tomodachi is 99% of the reason I wanted that capture card. So we will certainly be doing that. Do you want to make at least one funny guy in Tomodachi life? I do too. Tomodachi, like, I don't know who I'm gonna make. I'm gonna probably try and make him myself. And that's the extent to which I know. Perhaps a bow if he is so inclined. I want to make a bunch of goofy little guys in it. Have a grand old time making up fellas. What are you talking about? You made an incredible creature on Sunday? I did certainly make a creature. We went over to my friend's house for brunch. Made our own. Made our own pancakes. Had some pretty mid vegan sausage. It was actually pretty disappointing how mid it was. Like, it had the texture, but there was just no flavor to it. Very disappointing. Why Phil Collins goes that hard on the Tarzan soundtrack? You know, he did go quite hard on the Tarzan soundtrack, didn't he? Burnt corn. I want to know, can you show me? Sorry, I'm trying to think. What other tracks are on there? I can't remember. I feel like I'm just completely blanking. You'll be in my heart. That's true. Phil Collins, he's got some bangers in there. That's for sure. Although I'm not much of a Phil Collins or like really Genesis head. They're just not my favorite. Like Saying About You. Phil doesn't like Genesis, they prefer Evolution. True. I'm all about evolution. I'm all about Spore. Evolving a strange little creature. It's called the Mega Drive in Europe. Okay. We're like 3 levels past being approachable here. Two Worlds does fuck hard though. I don't think I'm familiar. Like, Coming in the Air Tonight is pretty much the extent of my enjoyment of Phil Collins. It's in the TARS. Oh, yeah, that's true. I'm not an information retainer. I do not retain information. Two Worlds, One Family from Tarzan. It's true. It's true. What the hell else is on that soundtrack? I do not retain that knowledge. Although I did, I didn't have Tarzan, really, in the repertoire. We had Little Mermaid. That was one of my VHS movies. The remaking Black Flag. I thought they were making quadruple A games, not remaking triple A games. Come on, guys. Come on, Ubisoft. Currently playing Sims 2. Ooh, Sims 2 is a great game. Is it the new one, or have you somehow obtained a copy of the old one? You would think. Yeah, you would think that Ubisoft, guys that went super hard in the paint about or making quadruple A games would actually make quadruple A games. The Steam version? Tarzan was such a wild movie because it's totally a musical, except all the music is non-diegetic. Yeah, it really is. They got Phil Collins to do the soundtrack, and then they're like, Tarzan knows what he's about. He definitely doesn't really know music. Hang on, there's one track on there that's not non-diegetic. I'm remembering now, the one where they play it in the movie. It's a musical, but nobody sings. Yeah, exactly. Ubisoft tried making something new. They're confused about why it didn't work, so they have to make something old again. Ubisoft, I don't think they've known what they've been doing for the last ever. Really? When was the last time you guys were excited for a Ubisoft game? Trash in the Camp? That's the one. Funny how Project Zomboid is just Sims, but with zombies. Yeah, it used to be a lot more Sims, but with zombies, too. Like, the whole visual aesthetic was like, this is Sims. This is very much The Sims. The one song on the album where Rosie O'Donnell is listed as a performer. Wow, that fucking Rosie played the Kid Ape sidekick in Tarzan. God. I completely forgot about that. Time does make fools of us all. Want to make God laugh? Tell him your plans. Or whatever. But yeah, what was I on about? When was the last time I think the last time I saw Tarzan was like when I worked at the children's dentist office, which was a long time ago now. That was like 10 years ago. I still can't watch Frozen. That I can't listen to Frozen. If I hear that movie one more time, I'm gonna lose my shit. It's too much. I can't handle it anymore. Just very much not a movie I want to listen to again. I think I listened to it probably like 200 times. Wish Ubisoft would make a good game again. Yeah. It really would be nice if they would make anything worth playing. Like, the Assassin's Creed games have not been anything recognizable for like 6 iterations now, right? Far Cry 1 and 2, Ezio era Assassin's Creed were my jam. I mean, the Ezio stuff, classic. Classic Assassin's Creed. The good Assassin's Creed. Like, people like to talk about Altair, but who cares about Altair? A lot of good companies went downhill. Yeah, this is what happens when enshittification is normalized. We cut down dev time. We make it so that hang on, where am I going with this? We cut down dev time. We cut out all of our creatives, and then we say, all right, make something beautiful and true. It's not the same, man. It's just not the same. Assassin's Creed Odyssey was okay largely on the back of a couple of really good performances, and ancient Greece being an inherently fun setting. I'll give it that, yeah. I'll give it that. Remember the weed mission in Far Cry 3? I do? Yeah. The weed mission in Far Cry 3. Everybody loves Skrillex, right? That's still a household name. Everybody loves Skrillex. Everybody still loves Sorry. Everybody loves dubstep. Where you burn the weed fields to the tune of Make It Bundem by Skrillex and Bob Marley's son. Yeah, I forgot that Bob Marley's son was on that track, actually. I'm all about the reggae. You can tell. I definitely look like a reggae enjoyer. For sure. But I am certainly a reggae enjoyer. That being said, I should probably listen to actually listen to more of it. I'm just a casual enjoyer. I'm a casual enjoyer of many things. Damien Jr. Gong Marley. That's certainly a title to have. Is that from his father? Where does that come from? One lady jumped off the roof for that guy? Wait, really? Hang on, elaborate on that for me. I am not aware of this. It's all for you, Damien? Wait, really? It's in a movie? Oh, okay. Fiction? Not real. Don't care about it. Don't ever talk to me about fiction. I want only real things. Like video games. Damien is the kid of the name of the kid in The Omen. Hmm. Much better joke when you actually know the when you actually know what the joke is about. Bob Marley saw The Omen after his son Damien was born. Took the lesson in Claire Obscure to heart. Is that the lesson of Claire Obscure? I thought there was a little bit more to that one. It's like, oh shit, it is not Rasta for my son to be named after the Antichrist. Gotta change his name now. Gong Jr. I feel like you're bullshitting me with this one, Ian. I feel like you're spinning a yarn. I shit you not. Are you... Very funny. That's very funny. Let's make our character do some burpees. How do we do that? Exercise? Do 20 minutes of burpees. Put these on the ground. Do my burpees. His nickname, Junior Gong, is derived from his father's nickname of Tough Gong. God. That's a story for sure. The story of all time. Did you know that burpees are named after a guy? Okay. I still feel like I'm being bullshitted. John Burp. Royal Huddleston Burpee. Chat, is this real? I'm not making this up. God. What kind of fresh hell? It's true, he is not lying to you. I just love the idea of being named Burpee. Just very, very funny. Also named after a guy, Pilates. That one makes sense. Capywara? Not just Burpee. Royal Huddleston Burpee. Joe Pilates. Joe... Why am I anxious? Me every day. Give me this soup. You know, Ian, I think you might appreciate this one. I made a vegan I'm blanking on the name now. I made a vegan cottage pie. I've taken to calling it garden pie. Just tossing like tofu and peas and lentils for the base. I think it's pretty good. Garden pie is a good name for a vegan cottage pie. Yeah, I thought so. One time I put on a really bad fake German accent and did an extensive improv bit about Joe Pilates. How did that one go? Please, do tell. I feel like that's one of those bits that the crowd either eats up or is dead silent for. With no in between whatsoever. Vegan cream pie. Sorry, just the idea of vegan cream pie is very... It got me. Got big laughs, mostly because of the accent and physical comedy. This really awful dance and it was a hit. Okay, the dance probably is what's won you over with the crowd. Like, that alone was probably enough for people to be like, yeah, okay. What's that terrible SNL bit? Is it like John S. Pumpkins? Is that the one I'm thinking of? David S. Pumpkins. David S. Pumpkins. Okay, okay. Thank you very much. John Pumpkin. Every name is just John in my head now. Could I fix that? Probably. Am I going to? No. Any questions? Oh. Has SNL ever been funny? Maybe at one point, but it certainly doesn't feel like I've watched any SNL and been like, yeah, this is a good time. SNL is periodically funny. It really depends on who they have on staff, right? Like, that's 95% of it. Having people that are actually funny performing their not very funny bits. I really want to actually do improv at some point. I think my biggest problem with like performing in person is knowing where I can jump in. I always struggle with that with sports, with conversation, with a lot of things. Really liked it when Pedro Pascal sang that song about fucking that guy. Hang on, what? How sore am I? Oh yeah, we're sore. 20 minutes of burpees makes you pretty sore. But yeah, maybe some improv would be good for me in that fashion. Great way to learn. Get acclimated. Smoke a cig. We're tense. We're a little on edge. Take the edge off. Were we looting down this street? That's an attorney. Improv is a lot of fun. I'm sure you've got options for improv classes out there. You know, I've looked into it a teeny bit, and I only saw like one. I only really saw one option for improv around here, but I didn't look that hard, so, you know. It's great to just get up there and perform and just go. I believe it. Getting the opportunity to just realize performance without having to think or prepare. I gotta be real, like 95% of my streams are... Okay, how do I actually make something entertaining out of the bullshit that I am always spewing? Then again, like 95% of... We're just pulling out 95%. That's the only percentage that matters. That and 50-50. Okay, this may be a couple too many. We're a little in pain. We can probably do this. But yeah, most of the streams are just trying to find ways to riff. I feel like if I'm lucky, I get one, maybe one good joke out of a night. But that's fine. I like that. Last night I was having a riot with KOTOR. I felt like we had nice active chat. This is a lot of guys. Maybe this is a bad idea. Maybe I should turn off my car. Or maybe I should just drive away instead. I think today may be a zomboid rest day if we can help it. I was really hoping I could actually jump in there, but... Nice handful of Zambibos. I am quite glad to be done with KOTOR, though. Being able to take a day and be like, okay, I don't have to worry about the CRPG nonsense is kind of nice. But yeah, I'll look into improv a little bit more. See if I can catch like a Saturday class or something. Because right now I'm pretty content with our stream streak. The fact that I've actually been going and doing things on top of streaming for like, what is this, we're at 126 days in a row. It takes a lot of effort to actually make time for this every day and still have a life. Make time for it and stuff, yeah. Exactly. It's all about priorities. And for me right now, this is kind of a priority. Current goal being 180 days, and if I can do that, I really want to see if we can make it 360. 365. It's great, everybody needs a hobby. Are you saying that I don't have hobbies? No, this is like... This is clearly your hobby? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? No, it is. It very much is. It's kind of nice. knowing that this is something that I do every day, though. I need to make more time for a couple of other hobbies too. Like video games, fun, but I need to go hiking. That's what I really want to be doing more of. Sure aren't doing it for money. Well, yeah. Here, hang on. Let's look at the last week. Let's see what the Bezos pennies are looking like. Something let's see. Earnings. Yeah, like not even $1. And that's for 21 hours of work. Work. 21 hours of it. It's fine. Again, I've talked about this numerous times now. I don't do this for the money. Like the payout that I get from Twitch is just going to go back towards like making this a more entertaining stream. Like we're just as soon as I get that $50 payout, you bet your ass I'm going to the nearest like Spirit Halloween adjacent shitty costume store and I'm buying a handful of wigs. I'm buying some just absolutely dog shit wigs. And that's going to become a redeem too. The I feel like the points they're just like so arbitrary. I might as well make them dance for me, like monkey do silly dance type thing. It's not like it. It's not like they're worth anything monetarily. It's all for entertainment value in the first place, so. But yeah, taking a step back to Genesis / Phil Collins, does anybody actually like? Is there anybody of our age group that actually cares about like Phil Collins or Genesis? The answer what's the youngest generation? Like what age range do you think people really care about Phil Collins in 2026? I'm going to say like 45. I think that that's probably the most prominent age range. 45, 50-ish? Like silent gen type. Maybe people around like late 20s with Tarzan. I think that's the extent of it though. I don't think there are that many people that are particularly interested in Phil Collins. It's all about the hyper pop. My crowbar's looking pretty dinged up, huh? Can I repair it? No, I can smelt it though. Stale cooked bologna. But yeah, do people actually care about Phil Collins. I mean, let's see. Phil Collins. How old is he now? He's got to be up there, right? At least 60 now, right? Hang on. Phil Collins, how old are you? Phil Collins. Born in 1951. He's 75? PhilCollins.com. He's a damn. The boomers really haven't let go of the cultural zeitgeist, huh? Just that much that we have 75-year-olds still touring. Well, is he still touring? Probably not. We're still playing some old ass music. Like I feel like culturally we're still kind of stuck in the 80s of like, ah yes, Macho Man, Terminator, RoboCop 37. I mean, it's appealing to that demographic for sure, but on top of that, it is Hollywood being like, we don't know how to actually we don't want to greenlight anything that might be risky at all. So sequels, even though I feel like sequels ROI is it can't be that high now, right? +1 strength. What am I getting that strength from? Is that from being strained? Okay. But yeah, the cultural sort of stranglehold that the 80s has had for the last 15 years, I'd say. Since the 80s even. Can we bring back like 90s fashion? I kind of loved the 90s looks. Like Seinfeld, some of those fits were kind of clean with it. Do I not have AC? No, okay, hang on. I went to the wrong house for this day. I should just read. Do burpees. Do a lot of reading. It's not like we don't need... It's not like we need food, I should say. It's not like our character is starving. What is our character's name again? Josefa? Drowsy. At 11? Certainly not catching a whole lot of Z's in the evening, huh? But yeah, Josefa really living a charmed life here. Got it pretty easy living in the... It's gotta suck living next to a bar, though, right? Like, sharing a wall with the upstairs of a bar? Oh, this is a saloon and restaurant. They can't be open until 2, right? Although if Does that just mean that you have to have a... Does that mean you have to have 2 shifts, right? Say your bar opens at like 2 to 2. Are the people that run bar really working for 12 hours straight? That's crazy. Is 71 degrees really that hot? Where are our books here too? Let's where's our carpentry at? Okay, carpentry, we do not need to read carpentry 1 then. Blacksmithing would be a good one. Agriculture would be a good one. We probably should start planting stuff. I want to start planting stuff in the other area though, where we actually have like fenced off stuff. And then I need to see about bringing like logs and stuff, logs and planks. We do have a bunch of space between the two. The backs of the 2 vans. Smokey's Saloon and Restaurant and Farm. I could board up the back. I think that'd be kind of a pain. I think it'd be easier to just close up the secondary house that we set up for in that neighborhood. Possibly migrate like 90% or so of our gear and have this be more of a secondary location. Never let them take you to a secondary location. But set yourself up a secondary location. In the events of an apocalypse, please be sure that you have more than one place to go. You need to have a fallback place. Fallback boy? Is this anything? Haven't you ever heard of closing the goddamn door? Gotta make sure that the zombies stay out. Don't let anyone, including yourself, take you to a secondary location. Don't leave the house. Never leave your house. Get it twisted. Get it twisted. You're better off never leaving your house. If you do, then bad things can happen to you. If you stay inside, nothing bad can ever happen to you. This is definitely real advice. Gotta get some protein in this. Add some egg. No one has ever slipped in the shower and died. Yeah, simply become a hermit. Become a hermit so that no one ever... If you don't leave your house, then no one can know you. And that's for the best. If people know you, then they can hurt you. You should definitely listen to this. Get it twisted. Get it twisted. No one has ever been hurt by staying exclusively in their house. Having no social life, very good for you. Get all of your online, get all of your personal interactions exclusively through online. That will surely cause 0 issues. Let's do like 10 minutes of burpees now. Do I just have... I have way too much junk in my packs, don't I? This is financial advice. Get it twisted. Bet it all on black. Do I have another crowbar? I think I hear a zombie outside. I do have more crowbars. What's my stew looking like? Okay, turn that off. Will this tick over then? It's already done. Just but floor soup. Germa floor soup. I do love soup. Hey, can you knock it off? We have so many bodies that just get caught in here. What kind of soup is so good you'd be willing to eat it off the floor? Like maybe like a French onion? Like a really good French onion? What else? I don't think I've really had a ton of soups that I've been like, oh my god, that was absolutely delicious. Ramen is a soup, right? Is ramen considered a soup? I feel like it has to be. A good ramen, maybe? Like, if the bowl were on the floor, I'd eat it. I don't think I'm eating... I don't think I'm eating soup off the floor if it's just spilled on the floor. I think I have a little bit more self-respect than that. Only a little bit, though. I have just enough self-respect to get myself into trouble. Can we fill this up? But yeah, I love a ramen. That's certainly one of my more favorite soups that I have had. I need to eat more Korean food, though, to be perfectly honest. It's been a hot minute since I've actually had Well, last time I had Korean food, we went to KBBQ. And that was... Was that in December? No, that wasn't in December, was it? Damn. Maybe it has been a minute. Who doesn't love eating $50 worth of meat for $30? I know I do. That's the best way to enjoy your KBBQ experience. Why is my character so agitated? Is it because they're sore? Is it because they're wet? T-shirt soaked? Sorry, I'm just imagining like washing all of your clothes by hand, putting them back on, and then hopping into bed. What kind of crazy bullshit would you have to be on to be doing that? Well, this is my life now. I only wear one set of clothes and I wash them all the time. Genuinely horrifying. As you should you should be horrified by that. That is not somebody that is your average individual. They are built different. Somewhere in wrong. Because that's a crazy idea. I feel like I should probably try and get a couple of different sets of clothing for Josefa at some point too. It's just not really been a priority. Not yet, at least. Are her clothes still wet? My god. Do they just not dry? Wring out wet clothes. Oh, okay. I think... I think it's a case of new update that I did not realize. This happened last time, too. Wring out all my clothes. Am I still... Hang on, am I still wet? I thought I actually wrung out my... How does this work? Does anything you're wearing still get wet then? Here, put my outfit back on. Wringing things out doesn't dry them, silly. But look at how much less wet that is. Maybe it just transfers the wetness? Does it just transfer the wetness? Maybe it adds a portion of it to your... Ooh, hang on, that's a pretty nice looking trunk. How many box trucks are in this town? I don't think they've changed anything, so... But Google is useless. That is true. Oh, I have the key for this. When did I get the key for this car? Is my character just sweaty? This zombie is just crawling on the ground. Come on, man. Just attacking the fence. Has anybody noticed specifically how useless Google has gotten? Saw someone today say that Boolean searches don't work anymore because they reformat your search into an AI to search things. Hope that was a lie. If that's actually the case, then I'm just gonna completely get rid of Google from my ecosystem. Notice that searching for things even with the quotation marks doesn't work properly. That's crazy. The fact that the idea of like, oh yeah, we're ruining our search engine, the thing that makes us the most money so that we can feed you more ads. Because I saw that same thread. It was specifically like, yeah, they want things to be worse so that you have to go through more pages of Google for more ad rev for them. Saw people saying they've ruined Google Maps, which is awful for me. I need a GPS or I can't drive without getting insanely stressed out. Yeah, if they've ruined Google Maps, then I'm switching to like anything else. Like I don't need that. I don't need to have Google Maps on my phone. I can get rid of that. I can replace it with something else. Apple Maps is still not great. Don't get me wrong. But Google Maps is just... I noticed recently that it started trying to get me to go down this different route for like the same path that I typically go. I was just absolutely baffled by that. Just the idea that they would actually try and start mixing it up on the maps too. Like, why mess with the good thing, guys? We had it perfect. These tech companies really don't understand like why people use their services. Shareholder value, propping up the AI bullshit. Yeah, it's that kind of shit. Like they don't get that they're the convenient solution, and then when they stop making things convenient, people will stop using it. Like sure, there's that like change your habits. If you change your habit or the amount of time it takes to change your habits is what, like 3 weeks? I may be misremembering or conflating this. And like during those 3 weeks, things may be a little bit difficult and like a shift, a bigger shift. But once you're past that, you're like, okay, well, I've already changed my habit. I don't need to go back. Like we also saw that with a lot of Canadian... Do I need these? Whatever. I'll pick it up. I'll just grab them and toss them in the back of the truck. Anyways, we saw that with like Canadians swapping all sorts of like alcohol with all of the tariffs and the threats that Trump was doing. And like, I don't think I've seen anybody online be like, yeah, it was just a flash in the pan. I think I'm gonna go back to it when this is all over. I think there's enough pissed off Canadians with all of that stuff that they're like, yeah, we're never going back. We're not gonna do that same thing that we were doing where we subsidized like the American lifestyle for dirt cheap. Like Canada, I feel like good for them, good for them. Absolutely. Great for them. I just my entire life I've been like, if there's one country that is pretty much near identical and a country that I feel like we could always count on, it's Canada. And to piss off to piss all of them off or most of them off enough to be like, I mean, even the like Alberta, not Alberta, the Canadian MAGA heads. Oops. Even the Canadian MAGA heads are like, no. I don't think there are actually like 51st staters. And I feel like that's like 99% a psyop. I'm sure that some of them exist, like 1% bought into the psyop. Or bought into the whatever the hell mentality. The bots peer pressured them. Yeah, I feel like it's exclusively bots that are still saying like good things about America. And then, well, I should say specifically, like 99% are bots. And then maybe like 1-ish% real people that are just fools. But yeah, I don't think Canadians are moving back. Again, tech companies act like they're the thing and are going to define everything forever. Like, I'll stop streaming if it becomes that big of a... I really shouldn't have started streaming if I truly cared, because I am part of that sort of ecosystem, right? Even in a minor way. But yeah, I think if there are... Let's double check the bodies real quick. I don't think that... They timed and recruit people to your Discord cult. Shouldn't joke about that though. Yeah, my cult of my Discord cult, aka like 3 people. My, I think, handful of people that have been like, oh, actually, you know, you're interesting enough. I don't think I would ever want to be a cult leader anyways. That seems like too much work. Let's be real. I don't have any interest in being a cult leader or like sure, that is a possibility. That's the neat thing. You get like 4 really fanatical underlings to do the work for you. Maybe I should start a No, this is a joke, of course. What if I did start a cult though? No, I just do not have any interest in that. I want to be able to like have conversations with real people. I don't want yes men. I don't want a situation of did I actually put those in the freezer? Okay, I did. Just making sure. If I exclusively had people around me that were like, "Yes, you're doing great. You're the smartest and most intelligent, and you've never done anything wrong," I'd get sick of that. I want some people to keep me grounded. I want to stay grounded in this weird world. Ooh, taco shell. Where was that key? Yoink. But yeah, if I exclusively had people yes manning, I would be like, I need to leave. I'm in too deep. But I'm here, I'm the no guy. I appreciate that. It's why I always bring my creative endeavors to Knife. I know Knife will always tell me, no, this shit sucks. Or like give me actually actionable advice. Something I could really actually improve from or hang on, I can be purple again. That's true, you can be purple again. Did Daft change his color too? I thought I saw that. He's green now? Hell yeah, we love green. We can go back to the purple meta. Anyways, like once you break the habit craft, make cabbage rolls. Oh, okay. Requires marinara. Bowl of red. What the? I've never heard of that before. A cabbage roll with marinara sauce? Interesting. I should come back here and have all of this rotten food put into the compost. But yeah, once you break a habit, like it's pretty easy to be like, nah, I'm kind of done with that. Like I know that there's the addictive personalities, and it's myself. I've struggled with such a thing, but it's generally pretty easy to go. I'm not gonna fall into those same old habits as long as you remove yourself from that situation more. Like situations where it is easier. Ooh, we got some dried foods here. Perfect. Give me all these baked goods. I'm just looking for seeds and, like, corn. Man, picking out the seeds of a bunch of rotten fruit sounds like the worst day. Josefa, you're stronger than I, that's for sure. Box of canned vegetable soup. It's when you need someone like me, can't smell. That's true, you can't smell. But it's more than just the smell, too. It's like the whole thing. Like the texture. Really, it's a lot of the texture, I would say. And also, like, the mold spores. Doesn't sound pleasant. Man, I miss the old days of the internet. I know that it's all nostalgia, but Web 1.0, 2.0. I wasn't around for Web 1.0 TBH. I was like maybe very end of that Web 2.0 into Web 3. Remember when the metaverse was like the hotness? Or was thought that it was going to be the hotness? The idea of like, yes, we can't sell land because we don't own the land. Let's sell digital land that businesses can use. Really, Web 1.0 was like Usenet or some shit? Yeah, that's true. I was not around for that. IRC chats? True, true. I've really just been around for like Web 2.0. The Flash era. There really was something beautiful about that. I'd say that there still is. Like, Newgrounds. The fact that Newgrounds is still around is crazy. The fact that Newgrounds is still around and is, like, actually, like, still popular with a certain subset of people. People making weird stuff that they wanted to for the love of the game. We always need more of that. I would agree. We need more people. We need more passionate people. We need more free time so that the passionate people can actually like do stuff with their spare time again. Because whatever we got going on right now with work-life balance, it ain't working. Here, let's move some of this it's dire. Yeah. We're really like on that tail end of actually having workers' rights, and we've kind of forgotten just how important they are. I don't even have it. I only work 3 days a week, but I can't leave my scheduled time all the time, which I swore I would never do. No, you like being in a job, your job specifically is kind of a weird one in this way. Because you have to get the work done or else like surgeries don't happen. But we don't need to sit around and like pretend that the people that sit around coding all day have to be chained to their desk. Like, let's be so for real. The people that code do not need to like push a product that fast. Most of the time, it's not a case of life or death. Most of the time, people like we need to actually embrace that we are still animals and need like enrichment more than just our phone. Like going outside and doing fun things. Good thing. Good for the mental. Actually being able to get a walk in, like having an actual community around you. This is like my peak zomboid for me. Peak zomboid for me is rambling on about the faults of modern life. Just place my soap, please. My Dawn dish soap. Like, we don't need to have everybody chained to the desk, right? We can all agree on that. 8 hours is the most that we gotta do. Like, I look at Europe, and their worker protections are, like, so substantially better. It's actually insane. Like, they actually get to have time off. Like, it's kind of a work hard, play hard mentality, right? If when you're working, you're working. When you're not, you get to like do things, have a, walkable cities, have places that you actually want to do things at. Things in North America are in a weird place. I know that things are not great for Canada right now either, if I'm not mistaken. Mostly because a lot of Canada suffers from like, oh, we're right next to America. We gotta import the mentalities. Otherwise, how are we going to compete? But when it's a race to the bottom, like, you don't need to compete in that kind of thing. The tech bros go, yeah, please. Export your talent to us. We can pay them peanuts comparatively, but it's still slightly better than a lot of Canadian pay. And then again, this is also me talking out my ass. I don't live in Canada. I don't know a lot of Canada. I don't know a whole lot of the Canadian mentalities on a lot of this stuff. Or I should say it's like actual Canadian mentality. I just online it's just so many bots and like idiots. It's bots and people that love to converse with the bots. I mean, I feel like dead internet theory is certainly getting there, if it isn't already. I don't think I need 3 different types of water bottle, right? You're here combating it, though? I certainly hope so. By attaching my face to... That's the big thing. Like, if AI gets to the point where it's like, yeah, we're gonna start generating some schmuck in their room mouthing off about how bad things are, then that's a great indicator that AI has already jumped the shark by such a degree that it's unreal. I posted it in my Discord earlier, but it's the, I think, first page of chapter 51 of Infinite Jest, where it's talking about, like, specifically like, we can chase the pursuit of making a machine that can do everything that a human can, but at the cost of, like, everything that makes humanity worth living. And then it closes with fascism killed tens of millions. Like, that whole page goes so hard. Just talking about just how beautiful the life that we have is, and how we do not need to actually... We don't need to make the machine, the replication machine, for that. How about we have it do the things that we don't want to do? How about we have that machine do things like, you know, a ton of equations finding the right one. Finding the right one to actually... Do I need both of these lighters? Probably not. Pick up biohazardous materials? Exactly. Do things like that. Have AI... I mean, I don't really... Let's loop back onto that, that whole mentality of Amazon just burning through workers to the point where they had a report where it's like, we're gonna run out of people that are actually willing to work at our facilities because we treat them so poorly. Isn't that wild? Just the idea that there are enough... like, one, there's enough warehouses. Are these... Are any of these veg something that I could actually use as well? Hang on, let's take a look. No, the zombies were crushing the rotten potatoes. Aw, man. Just running through every single... Ooh, cabbages. That's a lot of cabbages. We're gonna be eating good. Broccoli, carrots. Potatoes are rotten, but that's kind of a shame. We're gonna be so over encumbered by cabbage. Veg. I think almost every single person that I worked with in Baltimore that was under 27 had worked at the Amazon warehouse, and all of them had left due to bad treatment. Yeah. That's crazy. The idea of like an entire demographic like that being like, oh yeah, I'm aware it sucks shit, I'm never gonna go back. You really fucked up as a company if you want people to have positive like associations with your company. Because I'd imagine a lot of those people are like, yeah, I don't shop at Amazon anymore because I don't want to. This is probably just where my opinion is. I don't shop at Amazon anymore because they treat their workers so poorly. I mean, I stopped shopping on Amazon like I want to say some of them, yeah. Okay. I stopped shopping at Amazon like a hot minute ago, almost 2 years now, because I said to myself, I can't keep funding this. They at least have a choice though. Living in the city, they have access to things. That's true. Some people do not have that kind of choice. And I do think that if you have the option, you should, even then, just if you have a product that they have a website, buy it from the website. Like you're giving the money directly to them rather than through a middleman. Why would you choose to go through the middleman? 2-day shipping? You can be a patient. We're all adults, right? We can be a little bit patient with certain things, right? Like, sure, it's annoying waiting a little bit longer to have things shipped, but I'd rather that be the case than a bunch of people. Rotten potatoes. So curious. What is this? Rotten radishes? Well, I wasn't paying attention to all of the farms around, so this is what we get. We have a lot of carrots. Like, this is a crazy harvest. If we can get some eggs from this chicken coop too, that'd be awesome. Do you have to worry about soil quality in this game? They haven't added the soil quality update yet. I'm sure they will one day. I think compost is actually relevant though. Like, I'm sure it's a modifier. I know that it's a modifier. I just don't know what kind of modifier it is. I haven't looked at the wiki. And we have a crazy amount of veg in the van. I'm gonna need to get a second fridge or two for the secondary safe house here. But yeah, ooh, fishing stuff. Yoink. And a TV. Owie. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is Amazon bad. Wow, so brave, so true. Ooh, a well too. That's nice to have close by. Chicken feather and eggs. You can just. What is chicken feather? What can I do with chicken feather? Sew a bear or a pillow? Okay. Hi, Chim Kim. Chicken droppings. I've heard that chicken droppings are okay for composting. Do I need to feed these guys at all? You know what? Let's not leave the undead in the chicken coop. There we go. Let's not give our chickens some crazy issues, huh? Open the egg hatch door. Hutch info. They don't go after animals, do they? It actually looks fine. Let's grab all these eggs. No, I don't think the animals actually have... I don't think the animals are gone after by the zombies. I've wanted to see about, like, what hunting is like. But there's so many different hoops you need to jump through in order to get, like, a proper setup for it. I want to see fishing. That's true. We will go fishing at some point. Unfortunately, we're not in a great locale to go fishing. Not anymore, unfortunately. But I will make a fishing trip. I promise that I will do a fishing trip in Zomboid at some point. Hell, once I get a... I think what we'll do is we'll get a freezer. Or one or two of those freezers / fridges. Put it in the garage here, and then we'll do a fishing trip for the rest of the stream. See if I can make that work at least. Because we have too many... We have too many veg. I think that's enough veg to actually, like, if I freeze it, I think it's enough to get us through the winter. Like, that was a huge harvest. Come on. But yes, I really want, like, 120 carrots. This is a lot of stuff. 24 pounds, 17, 19. Like, that's a whole season's worth of veg right there. I could probably eat exclusively the veg for the next, like, 3 months in-game and be totally fine. Hell, just don't fall off a building, get set on fire, or get bit. Well, no promises about that. The thing I need to worry about the most is the game updating and then me not being able to use the save file anymore. That's the thing I'm most worried about. Because if my character dies, it's like, okay, well, the XP went down. We're back at default burglar stats. But we can just, hang on, where's that market again? I think it's this way. Or it was like here? Okay. Because it's fine if things go wrong as long as I can play the same save. When I can't play the same save is... Oh, I just realized I'm blocking my webcam. Sorry, let me fix that. Just yoink. Indeed. I completely forgot about webcam positioning. Now you can see exactly how many moodles Josefa is suffering from. I think it's this way. Although, did I check out the Zippy Mart? I bet they have... Between these two places, I think they do have at least one or two freezers that I could steal. Yeah, I have not checked out the Zippy Mart. My character also has not... They're just so exhausted. Ice chests. Just toss all of these into those ones. Disassemble. I do not want to disassemble. I want to pick them up. Yoink. Getting 2 of those should be more than enough. Slurp burp soda machine. Best kind of soda machine. Like, our loot is primarily just a bunch of junk food, and that'll get us through a long time. But staying healthy with that is definitely going to be the challenge. Like, you can't just subsist exclusively off of sugar. You have to have, like, macros. Macronutrients, kind of important. Also, all of these sodas. Let's move them over. There's just so much soda. I meant to just grab the fridge / freezer, but I forgot that I hadn't looted this place yet either, so I gotta check that. Gotta check it. Gotta cop it. Ooh, cheese. And then we'll just slap all of these in our backpack as well. Our ice chest, perfect for ice cream as well as veg. Okay, here we go. Right back to it. This was not even that far. Didn't have to go on a long trek for this, after all. And now we have 2 extra freezers to store all of our frozen goods. Or fresh goods. If I can get the goods to actually, like, make canned foods, that would be awesome. Be slightly less reliant on the gas generators and such. Just grab both of these. Completely crush myself. This corner? That's not blocking the door, right? Nope. Perfect. And then probably like here-ish. Right about there. Just right in the middle of it all. It's not like the garage is getting used to store the cars anyways. If we can, I'd like to maybe like do a gravel pile on this side. Do our farm primarily over here. Gravel pile and then like a little bit of agriculture or something. Get some chickens, maybe. I don't really know how feeding the chickens works. Or like maintaining the agriculture side. I haven't really looked into it too much. Agriculture, really good for staying alive. Humans kind of learned that a long time ago. Agriculture, pretty good. Pretty strong survival strat. Is this everything? I swear. No, never mind. I'm conflating. Stick our ice cream in the freezer too. We should have plenty of time where we actually have power, but I would like to be sure. Like, we do already have the generator. I need to... Can I hook this up? No. I need to get the connection. Once we have that ready, then we should be good to go. We should be able to go on our nice fishing trip. Although, do I have anywhere on my map that I We do have West Point. I don't really want to go to West Point specifically, but if we could kind of swerve around. Is there anywhere else? We have Louisville too. Like, I know there's a lake around here somewhere that you can do fishing. But I'm not sure. I'm not 100% where that is. And the river may be a little bit, more difficult. Are we tense because we're uncomfortable because we're wet? Like, how does wringing out the wet clothes work? It goes up because I'm sweaty. Okay, well, we're gonna continue to be a little anxious because we're sweaty. Because, although I could probably take off the leather jacket. Ew, sweaty. Yeah, I can't imagine being perpetually sweaty and just how annoying that would be. Oh yeah, I just have a t-shirt. If I could get like a flannel or something, I think that would be... Are there any flannels up here? Does this have full sleeves? No. A formal shirt? The full sleeves is really what we're looking for here. And then we should... What's our thermal regulation like? Heat generation. Fighting heat. You could probably take off the tank top then too. Still generating a lot of heat on the... Yeah. Toggle advanced views. Blood vessels. What? Body wetness. Insulation. 0 insulation. This is a system I did not expect. Alright, we have fishing rods in line. Bone fishing hook. And then we can just, like, fish around for worms or whatever, right? We'll go stop up by the other facility, the other house. Grab some soup. Some delicious, delicious soup. Probably bring a bowl in the glove box. Everybody has a bowl of glove box soup, right? Specifically a bowl. So that it sloshes around and gets all over your important documents. Of course. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I would have thought. Love my sloppy glove box. Sloppy glove box definitely sounds like a euphemism. Sounds like something, oh, what's that? Gross and I regret saying it. It sounds like something that would be on like Urban Dictionary for sure. Urban Dictionary, my favorite website where like nothing actually is real. It's what, like where the kill those zombies? Thank you, Brungo. I hope that you're doing well today. Loved seeing the Fallout yesterday. I hope that you're having a decent enough time with it. Doing A-okay. Glad to hear it. I love your character build in New Vegas too. That's you have a build that most people are not willing to do. The one strength. It's beautiful. I'm realizing why. Yeah. It really does punish you in a game where you want to constantly be grabbing loot. Still, as soon as you get to Vegas, though, as soon as you get to Vegas, you're going to be in a great spot. Or really, as soon as you get, like, any companion that can actually carry things for you. Once that happens, you just pawn it all off to them, and then you'll be good to go. But I hope that you're having a fun time with it. The fact that every weapon, even guns, have a strength requirement on top of it determining your weight limit is brutal. Yeah, I think if you do decide to do some DLC stuff, you can really benefit from a couple of the different boons that you get. Weapon strength requirement. Yeah, I completely forgot about that too. I was like, oh yeah, the one strength build should be fine. Pretty much, you are. I think you're limited to like pistols, right? Although energy weapons are slightly less dependent on strength, if I'm remembering correctly. Like a couple of them are. I did not expect guns to have a strength requirement. No, no, that's not really a thing that you would expect, huh? The the guns having the strength requirement is kind of a middle finger to the min-max ideas. Although you're certainly highly min-maxed. You also have a secret agility requirement. Are you for real? Have you ever seen the low agi reload animation speed? No. I did not realize that that was also a thing because I never dump agility either. Okay, well, I don't know if I'm actually... No, I might be able to. Never mind. It sure is. God. What a beautiful game New Vegas is. It's a lot of zombies. Yeah, I can imagine that, I don't think people dump agility that often, though, right? I certainly hope not, after knowing that. Seems like a whole lot of work to make things a lot harder for yourself. The hell is this place? I don't think I've ever been here before. And I don't think I'm gonna stay. Goodbye. Need to make sure not to be banging into rocks. But yeah, Brungo, if I really hope that that build does not ruin your fun of New Vegas, because I think that there's some fun in there for sure. At least I have had a lot of fun. I don't know. I feel like I've seen a lot of bad games that people have requested of Brungo, and you've stuck through them, or she's stuck through them, and it's been an interesting time. Like that Deep Space Nine game, that game did not look very good. The fact that that got finished, I was very surprised by. Oh, is this? This is a train track. Okay, I was hoping it would be a river, but that is not the case. Man, what a great day for fog. The day that I actually need to drive and like see where I'm going. Surprised by how much shovelware is the same. Yeah, you make like this basic concept. When you make an extremely basic concept and then just say, okay, jump. Like, I would not expect a Star Trek game to be about platforming to that extent. That was a lot of platforming. Also, hang on one moment. Who is pinging me? Oh, Stu's gonna hit 694.2 miles tonight. That'll be exciting. How far are they right now? Oh, they already passed it. No. That's okay. It's a lot of walking. It is. That's an insane amount of walking. I'm very proud of the progress that they've made. Like, their cardio journey is crazy. I need to actually do more cardio myself. I kind of love the idea. Oh, okay. Here we are. We could probably try and cross on the railroad and then be like right here for fishing. Let's try and do that. Is this the route? Let's stay on the main highway for now. But yeah, let's do some fishing. I do want to work on my cardio. I think that's the big thing that I really need to work on, because like volleyball, I was very out of shape. These last 2 times I've gone, that's I'm glad it wasn't just me though, because a couple of other people when I went were like, "Oh yeah, that's a whole lot of cardio that I was not ready for." I've had a pretty lazy winter and did not realize just how lazy it had been. Which, like, I completely understand, especially considering I did the same thing. It's easy. The winter, it's really easy to just fully hibernate. Oops. Oh, my engine's gonna be so trashed. It's gonna be a huge bummer. Especially for you, cold ass. Yeah. Let's do some soup eating. Then let's grab one of these rods, probably. Forged fishing line. Forged fishing hook. Okay. Let's equip that. How does this work? Dig with hands. Do I have? I don't have a shovel. Oh, that's fine. We can investigate the area and hope that we come across like crickets or something. Acorns? Sure. Wild acorns? You know, I've heard that you can make you can use acorns to make like flour. You do have to soak, and I think you have to boil out the tannins for them. And then you can make like a pancake. I know that several Native American cultures did use acorn as a pretty substantial food source. Walnuts, like just so many different varietals of nut. Hello's how's Zomboid? It's pretty good. Good to see you, Riley. The zombing is going. First, how 2 hours in? People forget. People don't use the. People don't use the first command very often. Knife? Knife doesn't ever redeem it. I'm useless after work. Look, we're just here to chat. We're just here to chill. First is bragging rights. If Knife is not one to brag all that much. I'm looking for bugs. And I'm having no luck finding bugs. Riley, how was your day? I hope that it was good. Bugs? Yeah, we're looking for bugs. Wild potato. Ooh. My day was mid. No, no. I've had a pretty good day. Had some pretty decent homemade food. Did some data entry, you know. A lot of boring stuff, but I feel like I've had a pretty good day overall. Even if I haven't really gotten up to too much. Are there any crickets around, please? Wild dandelions? I mean, this is something. But yeah, I spent a lot of today just doing data entry for work. And that's boring. But I did a little walk after work, and that was very nice. Very invigorating. Very nice to feel like I was fully, like, getting my enrichment in, you know? I felt very much like a a zoo creature. I got my pumpkin full of various ground meat. So foggy. Yeah, the one day I decided to go fishing in Zomboid is the one day that it's foggy as fuck. Just the entire time. Twigs? No. Frozen meat, yes. What are foggy days usually good for? Staying inside and reading. Foggy days make for boring stuff. Caterpillar, let's go. That should be enough to catch a minnow, and if we catch a minnow, then we can catch all sorts of bigger stuff. But yeah, foggy days, it's just you're not gonna be seeing a whole lot of. You're just not gonna be seeing very well, and that's like it. A large branch, sure. Give me the large branch. Just put that back on the ground. Do you get fog where you live? I don't feel like I think I've seen like maybe a handful of days of fog. When I lived back in Maryland, I think I saw like maybe a week's worth of fog. You get fog, just not often, usually in fall and winter. That makes sense. Mountains usually eat the fog. It's true. It's also not very wet out here. Generally pretty fishing panel. That's a whole lot of not information. Even in Maryland too, those are barely mountains. Yeah. How do I fish? How exactly do I fish? Okay. How to fish? Gonna make a Taco Bell run. Good luck. Thank you for the hydrate. I definitely need it. I feel like how does this even work, really? I can barely see my line. Do we just sit here and wait? I should have brought some beer. It's all about the fishing. I don't think I really fished previously playing Zomboid ever as well. My character's tired already? Already? Really? Damn. I apparently need to get even more sleep than I have been. I don't really... How am I supposed to reel in? E? Q? Hey. Oops. Do I just do we just sit and wait? Does this actually still have it does still have caterpillar on it. I like that the bobber is there too. But yeah, this is probably my first time fishing in Zomboid in a hot minute. Definitely first time on build 42. So this is going to be a learning experience. Or just a sit and wait experience where we end up sleeping in our car. Which is also fine. I think they changed it to be less AFK. If there's one activity that should be AFK, I think it is fishing. Fishing really is just like you do 2 minutes of work at the beginning, and that's like all setup. It's the when action actually hits. That's when it matters. I don't think I don't think we're in a great spot. No catch. I think I needed to leave earlier in the morning too. These reel sounds are also so interesting. Is that rain? Is it raining? It's okay, we're learning. Oh, those look like spots where fish are biting. Try there. Yeah. I, it looks like we did actually catch something. What do we got? A small green sunfish. Too small for slicing. What can I craft with that? Fishy. I would like to turn that into like chum. Can you make bait out of it? It says it's too small for slicing. 12 centimeters. That's a bait fish if I've ever seen one. Throw that bitch back. I would love to, but I don't think it'll let me. How about I place it in the water? I don't think that worked. Do I have a spare water bottle at least? I do. Just swap that out. Maybe I can catch a couple of small fish with nothing as well. No bait, no problem. Right? Please be a small bait fish that I can try and catch. Or at least use for one empty plastic water bottle. Oh, good. Is this a situation of you gotta have bait, otherwise you just catch garbage? I think so. Well, let's hope not. Maybe we can catch some smaller fish. What are you? +1 seaweed. What can I craft with seaweed? Maki? Onigiri? Well, I caught seaweed. This is a river. I don't think seaweed is gonna be cutting it. I wish I could. I wish I could actually find some bait around here. Do I have any? I should check my inventory. I think I might be able to use a jig instead. One plastic empty water bottle. Good, good. Well, if it does appear that it is trash. Let's run back and see if a jig will do things for us instead. No bait. Jiggler or minnow lure? Attached a fishing rod before use. Those were wolf sounds. Add the minnow lure. I think that'll work. Hopefully we don't lose the lure quickly, otherwise that will be very sad. Feed fish to wolf. Yeah, wouldn't it be so funny if our character went down not to a zombie but to a wolf attack? Wolves howling at like 2 p.m. Let's see, what did we get? 13 centimeters. Small red ear. Slice the fillet for me. Filet-o fish. Fish roe sack, fish guts, and then fish fillet. I mean, the roe sack seems like it would be useful. The guts definitely could be bait. Here, we'll remove the lure for now. Add bait. Fish fillet. Not the guts. How come I can't use the fish guts? I would have thought that you could. Well, whatever. Fishing seems like a kind of fun mini game though. You have to go to the right spots. Got to be able to be in the right place, right time. Small bluegill, slice that up too. More fish guts. I'm very surprised that you can't add the fish guts. You'd think that that would be like a great choice. At least based off of my very minimal experience with fishing, you know? I'm familiar enough with, just barely familiar enough with the concepts IRL. This is another small fish. Did I cancel it too early? Oh. Well, that's one way to do catch and release, I guess. I would love to actually also make a campfire and cook up some of my stuff. A dirty rag. Oh, good. Another small bluegill. Too small for slicing. How does one make a fire? Fire. A campfire. You need 3 stones? I don't think that's... What is this? A slug. There we go. That's perfect. That's perfect for fishing. I do like that there's the wolf sounds. I don't think I've been out in the wilderness enough for wolf sounds to really be a thing that you hear or really be a concern. You know, I'm throwing stuff that's pretty close to the bank. You think that's a reason why I'm catching so much small stuff? It's fun. I'm liking the fishing minigame. It's nice and relaxed. But they are just random events and you don't get eaten by a wolf. I think it's also to do with your fishing skill. That would probably be a major contributor, right? At least in my eyes. +1 fishing. A yellow perch. Also too small to slice. Is there anywhere else that... There's a couple of bigger ones out here. Let's try that. Let's run this way and see. I think also having like full fish fillet, like good bait on top of everything else. That'll probably do it. Is that too far? I don't know if that's actually close enough. Maybe my fishing skill is too low to even get out that far. Yeah, that appears to be the case. That's fine, we're learning. Does that still have bait? Yes, okay. Well, let's run up this way and try and catch something right out here then. Like, this region seems pretty good. I like that there's the little splash animation too. This can't be that big of a fish, right? This doesn't feel like a hard enough fight. What did we get? A small white bass, 15 centimeters. Still too small. Hey, that's a different kind of fish, though. We'll just keep using the fish fillets that we have, right? I think we'll stop fishing at 5 in-game. And then we'll start driving back. Don't want all of our fish to expire. This is also probably something really small. Empty tin can. Okay, well. It's because I didn't finish baiting my rod, did I? Oops. Is that just outside of my range? My fishing range? Yeah, it's gotta be. There's gotta be a, you are not a master baiter yet. No, no, maybe not. I'm certainly no master fisher person. I'm no master baiter. I'm no master. 14 centimeter small bass. I wish I could release these. I wish that I could do anything with these, actually. What do I do with the roe? Harvest the roe? With a bowl of water? Oh, okay. What do you do with fish roe? I guess just make sushi out of it? Alright, well, that was fun. It was a fun little side project to do for a day or two. We know how to do the fishing mini game now, I think. Unfortunately, thanks for showing me fishing. Of course. Thank you for being here for fishing. Let's toss these in the trunk. If we need something to do, like if we need meat, fishing seems to be a great option for that. I think hunting is going to be a little harder. I know that there are deer, but I have not seen them for a hot minute at the very least. Although we're in more of the wooded area generally, which should help if we do decide to go hunting. We'll need to bring... What if you went serve hunting instead? We could do that. How's it going, Daft? I hope your raids went well. If you were doing those. It's a raid night, right? So true. I think the way that we go serve hunting is we go... we go do drag. I hate the fucking Blowjob Brothers. Were they beating your ass? Just one of those days. Another day where you gotta learn how to fight the uphill battle. 3 wipes for me. Oof. What'd you do to cause the wipes, Daft? And I feel hate in my heart. Oof. What went wrong? Let's do a post raid synopsis on this. What caused panicked and didn't move when I was supposed to? That's why you do the practice though, right? Didn't swap when I was supposed to. But you know what you did wrong, and that's a major contributor. A major part of that. Yeah, but they cleared already. You can get lucky once. That's the whole thing about the Dark Souls bosses, right? There's probably another one. We're running a new member through. That also helps in the not fully pulling through. My poor car. If we can bring this vehicle back in one piece, then I think we may be ready to retire it, just so that we don't end up in a terrible situation. Problem is, in order to do the last raid, you have to beat the other ones first, or you have to have someone pull you there. Yes. The last one's the wall boss, right? Is that one hard? Particularly hard? Someone has to beat 3 of the other ones first. Okay. The funny summoner Ifrit dash that killed everyone in the last pull. This one is a wall boss? The Blowjob Brothers are the wall boss? It's double wall boss? Okay, I didn't see the pole behind the tree. Oops. This tier has a wall boss for the last boss? Okay. Not from what I saw. Good to know. Good info to have. Good info that I will not be using anytime soon, if at all. Maybe one day. Maybe one day I'll make a return to Final Fantasy, but today, not quite that day. For now, we're gonna keep going through our CRPG list, or RPG list. Because KOTOR 1 and 2, and then we're gonna spin the wheel. Spinning the wheel should be fun. I think we have like a dozen or so items on that. Can I just make like a fish stew? Just cook like 5 whole fish? Not from the fish fillet, that's for sure. You can see the summoner here at the bottom right. I will check that in just a moment. Fish soup. Oh yeah, I can add thistles? This is a... You can make some crazy soup. Just keep adding fish. Wild potato. Foraged soup. Fully foraged soup. Acorns too. Sheesh. It's not very filling, but... Can I add... No, don't add the cinnamon, actually. I don't want that. Add... This is what cooking for me in real life looks like. Wild basil. Man, this is a pretty crazy soup. Add the seaweed too. Fully foraged soup. Add some salt and pepper to it too. Let me get the soup cooking and then we'll I'll take a quick look at what you linked, Daft. You said in the bottom right? Oh. Hang on. Not sure you will understand, but it is very funny. Make sure we're cooking all of this properly. All of our tiny fish. Just eat 6 whole fishes. I did see somebody just die. Is that what caused the wipe there? Hang on. I definitely do not know enough to be able to say I understood what was going on there. But if Knife says it's funny, then maybe I should be doing some laughing. I'll completely offload my thinking process. Knife, will you think for me, please? You know, at least eating all of these tiny fishes don't make you too upset. I don't think. Well, yeah, that's fair. Thinking? In this house? Less likely than you'd think. Where was I storing my seeds? Ah, in here. The soup is burning. No! Get it off the stove! Soup with herbs. Oh. Only 9 hunger. Well, it's at least something to eat. Slurp it up. I'm sorry that Blowjob Brothers are giving you such a hard time, Daft. I know that getting caught up on bosses is a real pain in the ass. At least you had something funny. Tired of them, and I hate the next motherfucker too. Yeah, that'll put a damper on things, huh? Let's put more water bottles on the ground. My kitchen looked like shit. Weapon sucks. I hate them. Fuck it all. Oh no, he's crashing out. He's fully crashing out. Somebody get him the stress ball. Somebody get him the stress ball and a nice bowl of soup. Dad, what kind of soup do you want? I hope you want... I hope you can tolerate some garbage fish stew. Does chili count? Like, the difference between a stew and a soup is kind of so arbitrary that I would count them both. It can be both. Chili definitely counts. That's kind of where I'm coming from here. I beat RE9 today. Didn't you buy it yesterday? How long did you play that for? What the hell? He's goated with it? I ran through that shit quick. Yeah, that makes sense. That tracks. Why is my character so damn sweaty? Wake up, sweaty. How did you like it, Daft? How did you think RE9 held up? It was really good. The last 3 RE games have been really solid. Not even including the remakes, like 7, 8, and 9. They've been on a hot streak. I hope that they've learned the lesson from RE6. Because holy shit, RE6 is bad. RE6 is, that's one that I kind of, like, a small part of me hopes gets on the wheel so that I can complain. Uh-oh. I knew that this car was gonna start giving me trouble, but I didn't think it was gonna be that soon. Are the... I mean, I have an idea here, but did you prefer the Grace or the Leon parts? I think it's kind of fun them doing the fusion between the two. The two types of modern RE, which is RE4 and the 7 style of like first person horror. Of course, the Leon parts, the Grace parts were good too. That's kind of what I figured there. Is this a wood axe on the ground? It is. Perfect. Toss both of these in the bag so that I can go and do some gardening stuff at the other homestead. Just get that ready. See if we can get a bunch of oh, I should grab that garbage bag. That box of garbage bags so that we can actually make a rain catch. Well, one day, not right now, of course. Tarp will also work. Where's our bag of bags? I swear we had one. It's gotta be upstairs, right? I watched a little bit of somebody playing this one specific Leon part. For RE9, where they were going over like glass floors, and it was very, very funny because they kept shooting the glass out from under them, or like having it just explode out from under them. I think they died on that part probably like 20 times. There were windows of buildings that fell over, I think. Yeah, I think you're right. Fell on everyone. It was very funny watching them like they accidentally would shoot out the glass from under themselves. It was a very comical thing. I swear it was like a germ a bit. It's like, okay, this time, guys, this time I'm not gonna blow out the windows from under myself. And they would make it so far, only to fall. I don't think the game looked particularly hard. At least not on base difficulty. At least not from what I could tell. I think the grace part, like the first person parts, I feel like the FOV is so close. It feels almost claustrophobic. Normal is pretty easy. Good to know. Good information for sure. Where's my... Here, we'll just put these on the shelves. Oh no, I've cut myself. No, never mind. I'm fine. Yeah, I would say RE 7 and 8, their biggest gripes for me is that they are very, although I have not really seen like anything on 8 other than Big Lady. But RE7 and 8, they're just kind of claustrophobic. Like the camera feels very zoomed. Restart my computer. Windows Explorer is crashing and take the whole computer with it again. Man, Windows 7. Windows 11 is so ass. What the hell? Play 8? I haven't finished 7. I feel like 8 is one of those games that you gotta fucking play 7 then 8. I'm playing other stuff. Do it, fucker. I will, I promise. I know that they're good. It's just one of those things where I have motivation and then I lose the motivation somewhere along the way. I think I've started 7 like 4 times now. And it's not because it's not like I've been like, oh, this game's not good. I just keep stopping and then never picking it back up. I'm like, oh, this was a lot of fun. I should play more of it. How about I give you motivation, some motivation? Please do. Redeem Resident Evil on the wheel so that I can play it for stream. If I play it on stream, then I'll actually finish it. Even though I'm 99% sure that that is not what you mean by that. Tattoo your bald head in your sleep if you don't. Sheesh. You're really gonna tattoo? Are you gonna tattoo Dirty 30 on my head? I'd really prefer if we didn't. Alright, time to saw a bunch of these. Here's my level up on carpentry too. I'll tattoo everything. That's a lot. That'd be a lot of skin to tattoo. I don't think that you could manage to do that while somebody was sleeping. Welcome back, Knife. I was just saying that I still haven't played RE 7 all the way through. I know I need to. Knife let me tattoo Mitchell in their sleep. I think that's a... I don't think that's something that you're gonna be able to get away with. Like, I don't think I'm just gonna be sleeping and sleep through that. I don't think that that's like a Jackass type thing. My quest to play every Resident Evil game went far, but not all the way. That's true. Depends on what. You don't know my ways? Uh-oh. That does not inspire confidence. Where are my nails? Do I have them in here somewhere? That should be enough. 1 box of nails should be enough to get started on this. Depends on what. I think that Daft would not be able to get away with just tattooing my head while I'm asleep. I don't think that's doable. I simply don't believe that you could manage to have me stay asleep throughout an entire tattooing process like that. I would like more tattoos though. Having gotten my ears pierced recently, I'm like, yeah, I have control of my body. It sure is nice actually like doing things I want to do. What a novel concept. Daft, what if we got matching tattoos together? I was thinking about this at work. I want a tattoo. Can I get an anesthesiologist to put you under, then go wild? Please don't. I'd prefer not. Double tall wooden gate. Need doorknobs and door hinges. Play RE8 then. Okay, after KOTOR, the series that I want to play will be more of the Resident Evil, especially since that we have RE9 in the library too. I'll go back through more of those bad boys. Door. I think they're good. I think they're worth playing. I think they're absolutely worth playing. Double. Carpentry 4. Well, that's going to be a hot minute. You know, we're a little over time. It's Zomboid. We can call it. Is Stu still going? Stu is still going. Let's go right into Stu playing some RuneScape, some Run Escape. Thank you everybody for hanging out. Win Wheel after KOTOR 2. Wheel will happen after KOTOR 2 for sure. I just wanted to give a little bit more time so that people could accumulate points, and then we'll spin it and see what it lands on. But yes, let's raid into Stu. Everybody say hi. Wish them the best of luck. With their runescaping. So anyways, thanks. Thanks for hanging out. I love y'all. Mwah. Bye.